Okay, this is, take 2 of this video. This time I wrote myself down a couple notes because the last one was really jumbled. So I've got myself a little guideline. So to start off with, what's up guys? Holden, how y'all doing? Doing pretty great. Hope y'all are doing great too. Let's just kind of jump right into this. Just like forewarning, most of this video is going to be kind of FTM based, just because that's what I really know. I don't know as much about male to female things as I do about female to male things. So, yeah, but I mean, some of this applies to male to female people as well. So, yeah. Number one thing, birth names. Do not ask someone what their birth name is. That, number one, that's really rude, especially if it's definitely like not the name they go by. You shouldn't call them by that name. Like, that's just not okay. I have a person at my school that likes to call me by my birth name because he's very Christian. That's the best way I can put it. He's told me that I'm gonna go to hell for the life that I live, and you know what? Guess that's fine by me, because I'm not changing who I am for anyone. So he likes to call me by my birth name to try and make me feel bad. That's one thing. Calling a trans person by their birth name is just not cool. Like, that could be something very personal to them. It could also be something that's just like, just a very, very touchy subject, just something that they don't want out in the open or anything like that. Like in the YouTube community, like, I keep my birth name down on lock, like I don't want anybody to know it. Some people that follow my Tumblr from like pretty much 2 years ago now, know me as my birth name, knew me as my birth name, but now they call me Holden and everything. They've known me through Tanner and so on and so forth. But yeah, like, that's another thing. If you are a friend or an acquaintance or just know that trans person, do not tell anybody else their birth name. That's just not okay. That's completely breaking trust. That's just low, is what it is. I mean, if you have permission from your friend to tell other people their birth name, if they're open about it, that's fine, but you have to make sure with them first, because that's just not any of your business, because it's not your birth name that people are wanting to know, it's somebody else's. So you don't need to put them out there like that. Another thing, pronouns. If you know somebody prefers a certain pronoun, you use it. Like, I don't care how super Christian you are or how unaccepting you are. It's just a respect thing, respecting another human being. No matter how much you think it's wrong, that's somebody's life. And there are stories of a lot of people that get outed or keep getting called by the wrong pronouns, keep getting called by their birth name, that end their lives because they feel unaccepted and just unloved in general. And it honestly breaks my heart that I know that there are a lot of people going through the same thing I am, and they just end their lives before it even starts. So I think that's all I'm going to say on that one, because I kind of got just a little misty-eyed right now. So yeah. Number 3, open hate. Do not openly hate on someone, no matter what their sexual orientation, their gender identity, their race, anything like that. It's a terrible thing, because, you know, God says, love your neighbor, and He doesn't give you any specifics on that. He just says, love thy neighbor. He doesn't say, love thy neighbor, but hate them if they're gay, or hate them if they're trans, hate them if they're black, hate them if they're Chinese. He says, love your neighbor. And last time I checked, everyone on this earth is your neighbor. So you love and treat everyone equally, because you never know. Even that person that you hate, they could die tomorrow. And the last thing you could have said to them was that they were fat, or ugly, or going to hell for the way that they lived their life. That's just something that I keep in mind every day. No matter how much I dislike a person, I don't say things like that to them. I used to be a very different person. I used to be an asshole, basically. Like, there's no other way that I can describe it. If I didn't like someone, I told them that to their face. I was just a bully, I guess. It's the only way I can put it. And then I got a taste of my own medicine, and I realized that it wasn't a good way to live at all. And I've really turned that around. And I suggest any of you watching this that has done the same thing, you should probably turn your lives around too, because I tell you what, I feel 110% better about myself and every situation that I'm in. So this is probably going to be the last thing, because it's the last thing that I have on my list. Sorry if I kind of rant about this, because this bothers me a lot. Inappropriate questions. That also falls under, you know, asking about their birth name, but I already went over that. So, inappropriate questions. Do not ask trans people about their junk. That's not cool. Don't ask someone, oh wait, do you have a penis yet? Are you going to get surgery to get a penis? Oh, do you have a vagina? Are you going to get surgery to get one? Or, you know, how do you have sex? Or, you know, how do you pee? Can you pee standing up? Or do you still sit to pee? Things like that. You just don't ask people that. Like, would you go up to a random person that you know is just a regular old cisgendered guy or girl and say, oh hey, do you have a penis? Can you pee standing up? What's your vagina like? Blah blah blah. Like that. No, if it's not okay to do it to regular people, it's not okay to do it to trans people either. Another thing, like, asking people how they have sex is that's just personal. You don't get into that. If they're open enough to talk to you about it, that's great. But there are some people that aren't, and just aren't comfortable to even have sex in general because they're so uncomfortable with their bodies. So that's not something you should do. That's not something you should ask about, you know, without knowing that that person is okay with talking about that. Trying to think more inappropriate questions. Yeah, I can't really think of any right now, but I'll probably be posting another video within the next couple days, ranting more about that. But that's all I've got for now. So keep everything that I just said in mind, because you saying those things and, you know, being a better person, like I was saying in this video, you know, sticking to people's chosen names, sticking to their preferred pronouns, not asking inappropriate questions, you could just save somebody's life. Keep that in mind.